class together. For today, we will need just a block, maybe some water, and our mats. So start by bringing yourself into a child pose, resting the hips onto your heels, maybe propping something in between, and placing the elbows onto the ground, maybe the hands together, and just rest your forehead on top of your hands. Take a moment to deepen the breath here, in and out. Relaxing and dropping everything onto the ground, inviting a sense of arrival. Bring yourself here. As we are staying here, maybe from the hands underneath the head, we start gently to press the forearm down, and we lift the head, bringing the hands forward. And I want you to imagine like you are a little cat and you're stretching your spine. So as your arms are reaching forward, your hips are pulling back. I love this, made me feel like my spine becomes like super long. And maybe inviting a little bit of tailbone drop towards the point of your toes. Rock forward, find your tabletop position. And on the next inhalation, start to drop rib cage onto the side, round the spine, all the way up. Other side, inhale again, look forward. And we will continue for the 3, so rock, round, exhale. Other side, drop the belly. Last one. Now when you really start to reverse the movement, so from the belly towards the ground, we have this kind of inhale, and we start to round and lateral reach onto the side. So we continue the action of finding this nice and I would say yummy sensation into the back. And arrive into your cow pose. Cow pose, look forward, find like a little, I would say, extension into the spine, and start to round from lower back. Start to activate, I would say, from lower. Let the spine travel into the middle, into the upper back, and chin towards chest. Exacerbate the arch, and then again, find the drop and this beautiful, I would say, extension. Look forward, maybe chin left. Exhale. Find a nice roundiness into the spine. Chin to chest. Again, send the tailbone back. Drop the belly. Look forward. And then neutralize the spine. From this neutral spine, what we will do, we will start to walk our hands forward. Or, as I generally prefer for my puppy pose, I prefer to arch and then drop the chest in between my hands so that I find that nice spinal extension. To pay attention for my mic. A second. The other way around. It work for you guys. And then eventually ascend my arms forward. So it should be a little bit more, I will say, aware in the point of arching. I breathe in and out. And then almost if I was like a puddle of water or a little river or stream, I want to place my hands under my shoulder. So I bend my elbows back and I just guide my belly and my chest onto the ground as my heart lifts up. My legs are super strong. I breathe in. Maybe I lift my legs. When my legs lift, maybe I come on fingertips onto my hands. I keep spreading maybe the toes or simply pointing. And I lift my hands off the ground. Stay here for 3. Squeeze the elbows back. And exhale, release. Whew. Push back. Find a short child pose with the toes stacked so it's active. And exhale, find your downward facing dog. So this is a little bit shorter practice, which means sometimes we have less time to refine, to to tune, or simply we have to quickly tune in. On the next inhalation, I wave into my plank, so I start to find the spine away from lower, middle. I look fully back, and I roll, wave forward. And as I exhale, bend my knee, bend my elbows, chest and chin. And I slither into a cobra again. Bend the elbows, squeeze the shoulders together. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhalation, I send my right leg up. As I send my right leg up, my left heel is lifted. I bend my standing leg, and I try to reach a little bit more up with my leg, but I keep my shoulder in check. I bend my elbow, I open my hip, and I take a couple of circles. You can always drop the heel down if you feel it's too much, or if you notice you're traveling forward. So in that case, stay with the weight back. 3. And then reverse the circle. 1, 2, and 3. On the next inhalation, look forward, extend the leg, bring the knee towards the nose, and eventually step forward. Bring the left knee down. As we bring the left knee down, think about circling the right arm inside your left knee and lift the back one so that we can find a Skandasana. So we drop the knee for support. In principle, eventually, maybe after a bit, you don't need it anymore, but you're always free to drop the knee for support, right? On the next inhalation, circle forward, place the left hand down, all 10 toes move to our side, and I drop my hip down, finding a little bit of the bend stretch, and I move forward. And I find my Skandasana again. Bring myself back, rock, 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 other side. Now I drop my hip down. So, and I walk my right foot a little bit towards the middle, slightly more. Hand is underneath the shoulder, and I can also find this a little bit, if you wish, hanging, or like feel a little bit more lounging in this position. From this position, I just start to press into the right foot out the edge of the left, and I like to create a little bit of momentum with my arms, so I will lift up. And I send my right arm overhead. Exhale, bring both my hands down. I adjust the left one and I step back. As I step back, my right leg points back. I bend my elbows in chaturanga, and then I find my up dog with a extension in the right toes. I roll the shoulder blades back, I look forward, and I send the toes down. And I find my downward facing dog. Next inhalation, I send the left leg up, maybe on toes, bending the standing leg, find a little bit more left, and I bend my knees, and I circle. 1, 2, and 3, and then I reverse. 1, 2, and 3. Sending the left leg up. Bring the knee towards the nose with the intention to step it forward, creating the gate, stepping. Bringing the right knee down for support or for neutralizing or adjusting the hips. We move in our Skandasana front of the mat. So I lift the back knee, I rotate, and I enter into my Skandasana. You can rock. I like to stay here a bit sometimes. And then we move into our lunging Lisa. So I roll onto the other side. Inhale, come back to center, find your Skandasana, rock, choose, and then we will have like our lunging lizard, a little bit more lounging, so we are lounging slightly more. We can place the right hand, a little bit more forward, and adjust left foot to be more into the middle, rolling slightly the shoulder, maybe feeling a little bit shoulder to ear slightly more. Slowing down the breath before we lift. And then we press into the outer edge of the right foot. Left foot press onto the ground, and I'm lifting up
and I'm sending my left arm overhead. So I have this side, it's like this side plank, with a little bit more push into the shoulder, because this one, hands in front, avoids for your shoulder to lock. Bring both hands down, bringing again, right hand underneath the right shoulder. You see this one is a little bit, almost like an arm balance prep. And then we send the left leg up and back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, roll the shoulder blades back, point the toes. Exhale, toes down, downward facing dog. Take a moment, bring the knees onto the ground. Find your personal breathing space. We'll make it a little bit more dynamic now. And now we had also a little balance. We love that. I'm already sweating, so that's a good sign to be like 12 minutes in. I'm already sweating. All right, let's find the downward facing dog. This time, send the right leg up. Exhale, step your right foot between the hands. Bring the hands in front, roll onto the top of the left foot, and think about almost like, you know, these pumps, old-fashioned pump for the water, that you will have to push down and it will lift up. So think about that, and this pump is your leg, the maneuver or like the steer of that pumping well is your leg. So we just activate the left glute and lift. Sending the arms onto the side, find a little squeeze into the shoulder as they move back. I'm bending on my standing leg and I bring my heel, left heel towards my bum. Exhale, bring the foot down, bring the hands down. We will do it another time, but this time is slightly different. So we request a little bit more balance. If you need, hold the previous option. If you feel that very safe into your balance, just go along with me. So again, roll onto the top of the foot. Inhale, lift the legs and the arms back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together and I'm interlacing my fingers, finding a chest expansion. Now I bend my knee, bring the heel towards my bum, but maybe I encounter my hands. If I do, I just open and hook, keeping a very interesting back bending. So squeeze, keep bringing the heel towards the butt. So keep that action going. Exhale, gently release, no slingshotting it. Bring the foot down. Put hands onto the ground, find your Skandasana onto the right side. Exhale, lunging lizard. Skandasana and sit if you have the space, otherwise use your hands. Left hand reach for the right ankle, right arms reach up. Left and keep sending your right knee slightly out. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, open the chest up. I like to push my thigh out so that I don't feel I'm rolling down, but I'm opening up. Exhale, come back to center. Now I want to, like almost if we're sweeping a mat underneath, I like to really rock in this way, like almost a little bit of motion. And I find my nice stretch here. Now I push into my heel out the edge, side plank. Exhale, both hands down. Now if you have arm balance, this is your jam. But today I was planning to be a little bit more soft, but eventually the heat, the sun and everything always trigger my sun, if you wish, sign. So I'm start to tread my right foot inside and I'm looking forward. I want to find my Ekapada Kundinyasana so I can come onto the foot or to the ball of the foot, lifting the heel, and eventually I want to extend my right leg back as my elbows bend back. Shift the weight forward so that I can float the back leg. And then maybe just tuck, send the leg back, point the toes, rolling open. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Of course, the arm balance is totally optional. It's just that I was like, that would be very nice here. So what happens sometimes when I do the things on my own way, send the left leg up. Forget about it. Step it forward. As you step it forward, Walk your hands forward, already roll onto the top of your right foot and left like if it was that lever. Send the arms back, micro bend your standing leg, open the chest. So this one is already pretty hard. Bring the heel towards the bum. Exhale, release down. Now if this one is your challenge, stay in your challenge. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, come with me. Inhale, lift. Send the arms back, interlace those fingers, squeeze the shoulder blades together, so open the chest and bend the knee. Now you should find the heel, right? Reach for your hands. In that case, maybe you can just create a little loop. And then I keep squeezing the heel and I open my chest forward. So it creates a kind of a sort of weird variation of your warrior three. A little bit has the flavor of a dancer. Maybe not, it doesn't feel that spacious though. And again, head release. Stand back. And again, Skandasana, I like these big movements, right? So I'm handing into my Skandasana. Finding the space. Right hand, right ankle. I have long pants, so need to adjust a bit. Left arm up and forward. When you're here, instead to like, okay, I'm here, I have to wait that she say me to get out. See what you can do to create a little bit more space. Maybe pushing the thigh out, rolling the chest up. 3, 2, and 1. And I release, like sweeping. Like before is a big sweep. We find lunging laser, press up, side plank. Exhale, both hands down. Preparing for that transition in arm balance if you want, otherwise go to your vinyasa. This one is purely additional. For the one that wants, lift the heel, start to shift the weight forward, maybe extend the leg, bend the elbows, float, look forward. Exhale, foot down, circle if you can and you don't have a wall, the leg back, point the toes, open the chest up. Exhale. Downward facing dog, knees on the ground. Child pose, so simply sitting in Sisa as you close your eyes. Oof. It's been a hell of 18 minutes, 19 minutes where we are. So we're like, brr. On the next inhalation, drop the hips either to the right or to the left. Send the legs forward. And think about rolling onto your back slowly. And as you exhale, come slowly up. Inhale, we reverse a little bit. The breath feels like slightly like Pilates. And inhale. Now stay here, breathe in, open. Exhale, lower. As you lower, stay somewhere halfway, or simply lower your lower back, and if you can, keep just the shoulder off. That would be like blueprint position. Send the hands onto the left, lift a bit, and drop for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you see I'm not coming a lot. Up 10, center 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees into the chest. Lay back, make circles with your legs. Brr. To like use literally my pants to dry my sweat, I think. Boop, boop. All right. Sorry. And then we want to go in our actually plow pose. So just walk your hips a little bit closer to the heels and just place the hands down and just roll onto your shoulders. So nice. Make sure that you're on top of the shoulders and adapt also your shoulder. I would say your plow pose, either sending the arms back, which would be normally my favorite, or resting
Hands underneath the lower back, especially if you feel you're very unstable. Maybe bending the knees, side of the ears. Exhale, start slowly to lower down.
Bring the sole of the feet onto the ground. Place the hands onto your belly. Inhale in and exhale out. Last one, breathe in. And exhale out. As you become more grounded or simply more aware of your breath, adjust your position on the mat. Separate the feet. Separate the arms. Palms are up. Find your Shavasana. Noticing the softness in the breath. Inviting also little joys that we can maybe take from it. Sustaining the body softness through the breath. Allow the breath to sustain the body. Next inhalation, start to gently bring your attention back in. Feet, hands, ankles, wrist, toes start to move. Feel free to stay a little bit longer if you want to. Send the arms overhead, stretch yourself long. And release. Whoop. Bring the knees towards your chest. This was a nice breeze coming from the window. Drop from either the right or the left side. And then gently start to prop yourself to seated. As you prop yourself to seated, just cross your legs in front. Keep your eyes closed, because just also keep harvesting the outcome of your practice. Can be like focus. Different qualities can be simply presence, or if you are like incredible, how to say it, incredible like challenge to find these kind of little subtle things, because sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. Focus on something that maybe are the faraway sounds outside of your house, or like the surrounding smells, something that can anchor you some way, but is not a disturbing, heavy, strong input. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Bow to your fingertips as you exhale. And thank yourself for showing up for your practice. I want to thank you for being with me in this, I would say quick and dirty, but pretty hard class. I will see you on the next one. Wish you a lovely, lovely day ahead.